My name is Wanda Costinak, and I am here with Jim Winslett, who is a director, composer, arranger, and handbell weaver extraordinaire. So, what are the roles you currently hold in the handbell world?
Okay, I am the director of Bow River Handbell Musicians Society here in Calgary. That consists of 5 performance teams, and this season I'm playing on 4 of them. Normally I only play on 2, but this season 4. I am membership director of the Alberta Guild of English Handbell Ringers. I am on the board of directors of Handbell Musicians of Canada, and I am chair of Classic Bronze Handbell Ringing Association.
And that's an awful lot to be involved in the handbell world.
And I am retired, so my time is my own.
Which we benefit from, so we are thankful. So you were in a marching band in high school.
Yes.
Were you involved in music all the way through high school, and that's what inspired you to keep going, or what was your inspiration?
I started playing trumpet in grade 7 in junior high school, and then when high school came around, there was the marching band, and this was down in the States, and so marching band is a big thing in the States, much more so than it is here, and so we were responsible for the halftime show at the football games every Friday night, and so I played trumpet, and I learned how to do motion and music at the same time, which really helps in handbells, as you know. And that's also where I got into arranging, because there would be songs that I would want to play on trumpet, and the sheet music wasn't available. This is well before internet. And so I would just have to write out the parts myself, and then I would grab some other trumpet players and go, okay, well, you're going to do part 2 and you're going to do part 3. And so then we were having harmonies, and so that's where the arranging bug kicked in.
And that was my next question, is what inspired you? Was there a particular song or an event or something that caused you, that drove you to spark into that creativity?
It was 100% just, I want to play this, and there's no sheet music available, so I have to make my own.
It's amazing.
Simple as that.
What else have you arranged for then? Other than trumpet and handbells, have you arranged anything else?
Oh, yeah. So I was the temporary music director at my church in Houston for a while they were in between music directors. And so I got to arrange a lot of choral stuff, and I did a massive arrangement of It Is Well With My Soul mixed in with Come What May from Moulin Rouge. And it was piano, organ, synthesizer, trumpet, flute, handbells, 3 choirs, and 3 soloists. It was fun. It was really fun.
Wow. Is that published anywhere?
It is not published anywhere, no, but it will be sometime in the future.
Oh my goodness. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It will happen one of these days when I have enough time to sit down and do it.
I love it. Last August, you premiered a song called Rockabelle Canada, which took top prize for the 2025 Handbell Musicians of Canada Composition Contest. And it merged handbells and rap.
It did.
It did. And it was a huge hit. Do you see a future for the merging of handbells and other non-traditional handbell music genres?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, I think part of the problem that handbells is facing right now is that, and you see this on social media posts all the time, where they have a group in a church, for example, and the leaders of the church only want handbells to do the traditional playing along with the hymns and that sort of thing. And they just don't know that handbells are capable of so much more than that. And I think that's one of the things that make community groups so much fun, is because we're not regulated to play within the sacred repertoire. We can play anything we want to. And that really gets the showcasing what handbells can do out there in the world. Because, if you've only ever heard Amazing Grace and It Is Well With My Soul on handbells, and then you go to a concert from a community group and they're playing Funky Town and Bohemian Rhapsody, it's a real eye-opener.
Absolutely.
I mean, handbells are capable of doing just about any kind of music that you want to do. We just haven't yet, and it's about time we did.
Like, do you see, because you have such a passion for rap music, and it...
I don't really. I can't stand rap music.
Okay, but you have found inspiration in your life from rap music. Do you see yourself trying to pull that style into handbells? Do you think it's a flexible enough instrument to be able to do those kinds of things?
100%. I will champion the flexibility of handbells every chance I get.
Okay.
I think handbells can do things that people don't think handbells can do. And so when I wrote that rap song, and I was inspired, as you mentioned, by there's a rap group called Pete and Bells in the UK. They are both in their 70s, and they decided that retirement was boring and they were going to just be rap stars because the grandkids would love that. And they're killing it. Oh my God, they're so good. And the week before I premiered that rap song at Classic Bronze, literally the week before, I was on stage in the UK with Pete and Baz, unbeknownst to me, rapping a song full of tongue twisters that I did not know I was going to be doing. They just brought me up on stage when that song came up and they handed me a microphone. I'm like, well, I guess this is happening now. But so yeah, a lot of the people at Classic Bronze were like, weren't you nervous? There were so many words in that song. I'm like, well, you didn't know what I did last week. This was not a big deal. But no, I like pushing the boundaries. I like making bells do things that people don't think bells can do. That's one of the things I really enjoy about arranging is I can take something, you listen to it and you think, oh, that would never work on bells. And then you make it work on bells anyway. It's fun. It's fun.
Absolutely. And it's fun to ring it too, that's for sure. What is it about handbells that drives your creativity?
It's a group effort. You know, it's one thing, like, you know, I play trumpet, and it's one thing to practice at home and you play your trumpet and you have the whole melody and you have all of the whole song is there for you to practice. And yeah, you play with other trumpets, but there are other people that are playing your same part, and then there's other people that are just doing the harmony to the part you're playing, and it's that's a thing, and it's been a thing for hundreds of years in an orchestra setting and band settings and all that. But handbells is different in that every player has their own piece of the song. And if you don't play it, it doesn't get played. There's nobody else covering for it. So everybody is just as important as everybody else. And I think that's a very powerful thing, because the nature of handbells being that you don't have to worry about whether or not you're in tune. As long as you have the right bell in your hand, you're going to play the right note. So from that standpoint, anybody can play handbells, even if they can't carry a tune in a bucket. They can be a part of a musical community when they couldn't any other way.
Yeah.
And that is amazing, because I think music is an incredibly powerful thing in our lives. And if you know how to do it, you can use music to alter your mood, to get you out of depression, to heal your body, to do all kinds of things. And there are actual studies from medical journals that say music will heal. And I'm living proof of that. I have no doubt in my mind that if it were not for music, I would not be here today, because I was given impossible odds to overcome with a cancer diagnosis, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
And it's because of music that happened.
Yeah. What's your big 10-year, where do you see yourself musically with handbells in 10 years?
Well, not to be morbid, but going through the cancer diagnosis and everything, my goal for 10 years is to still be here. That's number one. And test results have shown that that's probably going to happen. So I'm happy about that. But I think it's just been an interesting journey up to this point, because up until Classic Bronze last summer, I was doing most of this with just local people and me, myself, and I. And so I would arrange things and put them out there in the world, and maybe somebody would buy them, maybe they wouldn't. But being as involved as I am with the upper levels of handbells in the boards of directors and other things like that, you get to meet people that know people that know people. And so I was thrilled to work with Kevin McChesney at Classic Bronze this past summer. And even before that, he and I had 2 years worth of emails back and forth. So we kind of knew each other by the time we actually met in person. And we hit it off like crazy. And he and I are going to collaborate on bringing all 10 movements and pictures in an exhibition to Handbell's. So, yeah, that's a huge project. And it's on the back burner right now because he's got a lot of things to do and I've got a lot of things to do. But one of these days it will happen. So keep an eye out for that. I've also been really blessed to get to know people like Tammy Jo Mortensen and Betty Radford and other people in the Canadian handbell world, Lisa Kyriakides, Annie Hergott, people that are really doing things for handbells in Canada. And I've been really blessed to meet these people and get to work with them. And I think handbells in Canada has a really good future right now. There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that haven't come out yet. And I think it's going to be really exciting when they do.
That is very exciting. Where can people get a hold of all this music that you are arranging and writing?
You can search Winslett under Sheet Music Plus, Sheet Music Direct, or MuseScore. Most of my stuff is on all three of those.
Okay. Being one of your ringers who has rung so many of your pieces, where, okay, it stretches our brains and we get a little cranky sometimes because it can be really hard, but how much I have grown as a ringer, ringing your music and the way you arranged for the instrument has been life-changing for me as a musician.
Well, and that's the thing about arranging. You start off from a selfish standpoint. I want to play this on notes. But then by the time you've finished it, it's out there in the world and other people are playing it and other people are enjoying it. And maybe other people get the same thrill from playing it that I do.
Because you honor the music. That's
exactly
part of it.
You have to respect the original. You have to respect the source. Because if you didn't respect the source, you wouldn't have gone through all the trouble of making an arrangement of it. I got probably the best compliment I've ever had in my life from a composer whose work I arranged. And he basically said it was better than the original.
Wow.
And I didn't even know how to process that because I was such a fan of the original.
Yeah.
And I thought, all I want to do is do it justice. And then he came back and he says, no, you've honored what I did, and then you made it better. And I'm still on a cloud. I got that note 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I haven't come down yet. So
no,
that was the best compliment I've ever received in my life.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're
Is there anything you would like to add or any questions that you want me to ask?
The only thing I would add is if you are on the fence about playing handbells, just go try it. It's not as hard as it looks, and it's way harder than it looks.
Don't tell them.
I like to say that handbells are the easiest instrument in the world to play because it's going to be in tune as long as you have the right bell in your hand. All you have to do is move your arm at the right time, and it's going to be exactly what you want. It's the hardest instrument in the world to play well because there's so many things that involve mental gymnastics that you have to do in a split second in order to make your part fit with everybody else's part. And that's where that's the point where good groups become great groups, is when they can listen to each other and know where they fit in.